Come to a seat, Sukhasana pose, and then place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. On your next inhale, bring your shoulders up toward your ears. Slide them back and then glide your shoulder blades down. Draw your low belly in, soften through your lips. Soften through the back of your neck. Allow yourself to take a natural breath in and out, noticing how your breath affects the physical shape of your body, and maybe your hands also move out as your breath comes in and out. Allow your thoughts to come to a dedication that suits your practice. And then bring your palms together, heart center, bow your head to your heart in honor and humility and in gratitude. And then lift your head up and then blink your eyes open, release your hands down to your thighs, and then rock over onto your hands and knees for tabletop pose. Simply take some organic movement, shifting around from side to side. Noticing if your body would like to take some arches or side to side movement. And then transition to a downward facing dog. So find a little bit of movement in this downward facing dog, shifting your hips from side to side. And then one time, rising to your toes, rolling to the top of plank pose, checking your work. See with what accuracy you came to your plank pose. Feel free to drop your knees down to the mat. And when you're ready, reach your chin to your chest, hike your hips up and back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, extend the right leg up toward the ceiling, long, straight, strong. Keep the left hip crease drawing back. On an exhale, draw your knee to your nose and place your foot between your hands toward the right thumb. Right knee over right ankle, then release the left knee down to the mat. Inhale, arms lift up in a low crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana, exhale, shrug your shoulders down. Scissor your hips toward your right heel toward your left knee and vice versa. Allow your hips to descend down. One time, cactus arms, elbows like they tap behind you, palms facing in front, chin up. Then extend your elbows, interlace your fingers behind you. Keep your heart bright. And then on an exhale, you're going to reach your chest down, hinging at your hips. Feel free to send your gaze down towards the right toes, or for more of a challenge, towards your left knee. Release the grip of your hands. Take your palms down to frame the front foot. More weight to the left palm. Peel your right fingertips up toward the ceiling. Low lunge twist. Maybe you can lean back just a little bit. And then on your next exhale, release the right hand back down to the mat. Tuck the back toes, lift up the back knee. Strike the right leg back up to the tripod dog. And then release the right foot next to the other. Inhale, left leg comes up and back. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, then place your foot between your hands toward the left thumb. Release the right knee down. Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge, arms lift up. Exhale, shrug your shoulders away from your ears, scissor your thighs together. One time, cactus arms, elbows like they tap behind you. And then extend your elbows, interlace your fingers, the opposite grip. Drop your knuckles, let your heart be bright, and then exhale, hinge forward. Again, you can send your gaze toward the left toes or towards the right knee. And then release your hands, release the clasp, hands come down. Or weight to the right palm, left fingertips unfurl toward the ceiling, lean back. Exhale, release the left hand back down, tuck the back toes, lift up the back knee, and then strike the left leg all the way up and back. Tripod dog, and then release the foot back down. Next inhale, right leg lifts up, lift it, drift toward the ceiling. Exhale, place your foot between your hands toward the right thumb, right knee generally over the right ankle. Hug your fingertips away from the mat and then rise all the way up. High crescent lunge. Maybe allow the right thigh to drop a little bit more. One time, cactus arms, elbows like they would tap behind you. Extend your elbows, interlace your fingers. Keep your heart bright as you continue to hinge your hips forward, gazing towards the right foot or the left toes. Keeping your hands clasped the best you can. Come right back up, shoulders over hips. Release your fingers and then drift your fingers up toward the ceiling. On the exhale, open up to warrior two to the long side of your mat. So your arms come parallel to the ground. Take a look at both of your legs. Right knee over the ankle, knee in the same line as the second toe. Take a glance toward the left toes. Toes are slightly pointed in, so that your knee and your second toe are generally in the same line. Send your gaze to the long side of your mat, and then Garudasana arms, left elbow underneath, either hands to shoulders, backs of hands together, or wrap once again, palms toward each other. Notice if the right knee knocked in. Keep extending out to the inside of the right thigh. Option to stay here in a static pose. On an inhale, lift up your elbows, send up your gaze. On an exhale, draw your elbows in towards your belly and then curl in. Keep reaching your right knee out and back. And then inhale, lift up once again. Elbows away from you, pressing your forearms toward each other. Rotate in the double bind. Exhale, curl and elbows to belly. Inhale, once again, lift up. Exhale, draw it in. And then lift it right back up so your shoulders are over your hips. Keep your arms best this way, best you can. Take a little bend to your left knee and then pivot towards the top of your mat. So you're in a high lunge with the Garudasana arms. First, close up the difference between the left foot and the right. Pop it in. Keep a deep bend to the right knee and then cross your left thigh over your right, full Garudasana. Either use the left foot as a kickstand or squeeze in. Start to bring your left knees towards the left and elbows toward the right so they're more aligned. And then if you'd like, one time, arc down, bring your elbows towards your knees, maybe even tap. Lift right back up, shift the weight back to your heels. Unravel, stand down, sweep your arms out and up, send your chin up, and then exhale one time, cactus arms, elbows like they tap, press down through your feet. Lift your fingertips up toward the ceiling, and then slowly drift your arms and then arc nice and wide. Slowly, slowly, eventually coming to your Tandasana pose. Arms alongside your body, 3 breaths here. And then inhale, palms lift up toward the ceiling, tilt your chin up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, keep your heart leading you, even if your hands are at heart center. Forward fold, release, crown and head points down. Inhale, halfway lift, offer your heart out. And then exhale to fold, bend your knees. Step back to the top of a plank pose. And then knees up or down. Lower all the way down to the mat, elbows grazing your ribcage. Keep your shoulder heads lifted. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra pose. Press the tops of your feet, low belly in. Exhale, wave it all the way back down. Press up to your hands and your knees. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts up and back. And then on an exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Place your foot between your hands toward the left thumb. Have your fingertips away from the mat. Rise all the way up. High crescent lunge. One time, cactus arms, elbows like they tap. Palms face in front of you, chin up. Extend your elbows. Interlace your fingers the opposite way. Keeping your heart bright on an exhale, hinge forward. Humble lunge, gaze toward the left toes or the right. Notice that the left hip starts to creep out, just guide it on back. Keeping the clasp best you can. Start to bring your torso up. And then release your fingers, drift your hands up toward the ceiling. Then on an exhale, open up to the right. Warrior 2. So palms come down. Arms are parallel with the ground. Take a look at your feet, again, making sure that we can maintain a really strong foundation here. Send your gaze alongside your mat and then sweep your right elbow underneath for eagle arms, Garudasana arms. Either hands to the shoulders or forearms toward each other, maybe wrapping your hands toward each other as well. Notice that the left knee creeped in. So find that strong, strong, strong warrior 2 legs, finding freedom in the upper body. And then if you'd like to move with me, inhale, lift up, elbows away from your face. Exhale, curl and elbows into belly. Drop down, it's okay if your bum sticks out. Inhale to lift up, keep pressing through your feet for stability. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lift up. And then third time, draw in, strong through the legs. And then come back to where you started. Take a little bend to the back knee, and you're going to pivot on the ball of the back foot until you're facing towards the front of the mat, high lunge with Garudasana arms. Step the right foot in a little bit closer. Shifting the weight onto the left leg, a deep bend in the left knee will help here. Lift up the right leg and then cross the right thigh over, either using your foot as a kickstand or squeezing in and maybe pressing the foot into the back of the calves. Start to bring your knees to the right, elbows to the left. And then if you'd like, one time, start to bring the elbows down towards the knees, maybe even to tap. And then lift your way back up. Uncross, stand down, sweep your arms out and up. One time, cactus arms, elbows like they tap, press through your feet, lift your low belly up. Then drift your fingertips back up toward the ceiling, and then slowly sweep them all the way around. And then bring your palms in towards your heart center. 3 breaths here. One more time, slowly sweep your arms out and up. Cactus arms, elbows like they tap behind you, keep your heart bright. Allow your eyes to close if that feels comfortable. Lift your fingertips back up toward the ceiling. And again, either with closed eyes or with soft gaze, as slowly as you can, allow your hands to circle out, slowly drifting all the way down. Feeling the air pressing up against your arms. As your muscles change, feel those changes and start to feel the blood rush back. Things that maybe you might not notice otherwise, until you return to your Tandasana. And if you prefer, bring your palms in toward your heart center. With your eyes opened or closed, we'll be here for 3 breaths. Blink your eyes open. Sweep your arms out and up, send your chin up toward the ceiling. And then on an exhale, hinge all the way forward. Forward fold, drop your hands, point the crown of your head to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. And then on an exhale, release down, step back to the top of a plank pose. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your shoulder heads lifted. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra pose, flare through your toes. Exhale, release all the way back down into the mat. Press up to your hands and your knees. And then shift all the way back, crossing your ankles, coming back to a Sukhasana pose, maybe the other leg in front. Take your hands to your thighs. Inhale, reach your arms out and up toward the ceiling. Exhale, arc over to the right. It's okay if you come up away from your left hip just a bit. Point the left elbow toward the ceiling, and then inhale. Sweep your arms up and over, place the left hand into the mat, reach up and over, right elbow toward the ceiling. If you find you're taking a deep arc into your low back, just bring your heart forward a little bit. And then one more time, inhale, take it back up towards the ceiling. And then with your eyes closed, if comfortable, exhale, slowly, slowly allow your hands to drift down. Once again, noticing all those small changes until ultimately your hands will land on top of your thighs. Take all the time that you need to get there. And then feel that connection between your hands and your legs or the fabric covering them. Leave your hands here, place one hand on heart, one hand on belly. Allow your breath to become easy. Allow your breath to be received and surrendered. Allow yourself 3 more breaths like this. And then on an inhale, sweep your arms out and up, palms to press above you. And on an exhale, take your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows for clarity of thought. Down to your lips for clarity of speech. And then to your heart for clarity of action. Bow your head to your heart in honor and humility and in gratitude. Thank you so much for sharing part of your practice with me. And thank you for trusting me to guide you in your practice. I cannot wait to see you do your practice out in the world. And with that, I send you back. In the name of the highest good, namaste.